Hi guys, hope you're having a great evening.
Hey guys, breaking news, breaking news. Not really. Same old, same old. Think we may have a hung jury.
Yep,
We'll see. They're out for today. It's just going to be a short video. Of course, it's on Daniel Penny.
right, right.
And go ahead, baby.
Um, we just, like you said, the jury's out again today, so we're kind of wondering if it's going to be hung because they're taking so long, and they are asking to replace some information or to re-give some information that was given.
They asked for that medical examiner. They
Yeah,
want they want to listen to that medical examiner, Dr. Harris.
right.
Her testimony again, especially the part where she said she didn't care when she was asked by the prosecution why
Mm-hmm.
she ruled it neck compression instead of
Mm-hmm.
waiting on the toxicology. Her words were that she didn't care if there was enough fentanyl in him to kill an elephant. It wouldn't make a difference. Well, see, I believe it would. And most logical and reasonable people would believe that.
Mm-hmm.
If he's got enough fentanyl in him to kill an elephant, then he was going to die anyway. It didn't matter about a so called chokehold, which was really a restraint, but it didn't matter because if he had enough fentanyl to kill an elephant, he was dead anyway. And to be honest with you, he may not have had fentanyl, but he had enough K2 probably to do the same thing. It doesn't take fentanyl. It takes K2, which is a synthetic, they call it a synthetic marijuana. It doesn't have anything to do with marijuana.
Okay.
It's anything that will burn,
Yeah,
and you
leaves or
spray it.
whatever. Yeah,
Leaves, potpourri, wood chips,
yeah.
anything that they can get that will burn, that they can spray pesticides, insecticides,
Yeah.
anything on to get a high from. And Sheila and I was watching a video today, and a guy had done some research. He's been in the courtroom and he's been researching the files and
Mm-hmm.
reported that charges was dropped on every Alvin Bragg, according to him. Now, first of all, let me hold this right here, and she'll put it at the end. But that's a disclaimer. You couldn't see it, but
Yeah, I'll put it at the
she'll put
end.
it at the end. But this is our opinion. This is our research. This is our assumptions. So, but he said that Alvin Bragg had dismissed, or his office had dismissed every charge on every person that shut those subways down. Remember, the protesters wanted charges brought against Penny.
Mm-hmm.
They got out on the tracks of the subway and they arrested a bunch of people. When it went to court, according to him,
Yeah.
Alvin Bragg threw all these cases out. All these people that disrupted the. No wonder there's no justice. No wonder there's no law enforcement or nothing going on in New York. How? And this is the Old West. They've got the Old West there. They don't have no prosecution. It don't look like anyway, in my opinion.
We hope it's a not guilty verdict as well.
And but when it takes this long, this is the third day now,
Mm-hmm.
and somebody's, we think, and we was hoping for a not guilty and still hoping and praying
Exactly.
for it. But even if it's not a guilty, if there's just one person with the intestinal fortitude to hold their own and say, hey, y'all can meet for as long as you want. You can discuss anything you want. I'm not guilty. That's the way I'm going to be. That's the way it's going to stay. I don't care if the other 11 says guilty. I'm staying right here. Stick to your
Guns.
bang bangs.
Mm-hmm.
Can't say that.
Shucky darn.
It's usually
Oh,
me.
Malanta. Sorry.
It's usually me. But this gentleman said they threw Penny under the bus, and you couldn't
Mm-hmm.
put it no better. He was talking about and said that for the first few days, the prosecution kept referring to Penny instead of calling him by name as the white man,
Yeah.
like it was a black versus white or white versus black. It's
Yeah.
everything is like it's got to be the race. Had nothing to do with race. I don't care if the guy would have been purple. He got on the bus like that. I don't believe. I know he would have. He would have subdued him. It was the right thing to do. Prosecutor said that they didn't see the humanity in Jordan Neely. That people didn't see the humanity in him. Where's it at? I don't see it. arrested 42 times, hitting women. You know, he was supposed to be in
He,
drug rehab. Go
yes,
ahead, babe.
he was charged with hitting, reportedly charged with hitting one lady, and then when he, judge, was it Bragg, Mr. Bragg,
No, it was the
had him,
judge. The
okay, it
judge
was the
sentenced him
judge,
to
rehabilitation,
yeah,
or,
rehab and
yeah,
drug rehab,
hmm,
and he skipped out on it. He didn't go, and that was for hitting a 67-year-old woman, punching her out, and that was the what he got. He got
hmm,
sentenced to drug treatment now
hmm,
or rehab. And, you know, it's funny how they one minute they call it mental instability. He's got mental problems, and but it always goes back to K2 or some other kind of substance. He's a drug addict, and critical evidence. This gentleman said that critical evidence was withheld from the grand jury when they finally took it to the grand jury. From what we understand,
hmm,
Alvin Bragg, the police didn't charge for 10 days after they interviewed him. So Alvin Bragg or his office come forth and they filed a warrant on Penny, and then they took it before the grand jury. But they said the body cams of the police officers wasn't presented to the grand jury. The grand
hmm,
jury didn't get to see the police and the EMTs coming in there and checking and him having a pulse and alive, breathing,
yep,
and they didn't get to see that. So they withheld evidence from the grand jury. Um, felony assault, 1 year drug rehab for assaulting a 64-year-old elderly woman. You know, they said he assaulted the two other women.
hmm. After he didn't go to rehab,
And what happened? They tracked him down. The citizens chased him down.
yep.
Up here's the things, baby,
Two
if you
other
need,
people chased and held him down till the police arrived.
till the police got there.
They restrained him before, so this is not the first time that he was restrained.
Hospitalized more than 2 dozen times, psychotic illusions
Hmm.
and hallucinating.
Yeah.
Drugs, not mental. That's dealing with drugs, self-induced. He liked that. He liked getting that high, and I guess the feeling of that. But um, only positive or negative on the K2. Of course, they said you can only it just shows whether it's in his system or not. It doesn't show the quantity or how much or what it is, as far
Wow.
as whether it's a pesticide, a rat poison. What is on that stuff that he's smoking?
Mm-mm-mm.
Originally listed death as unknown. Back to the medical examiner. That's where the question is. This medical examiner that rushed to judgment, first she said she didn't know the cause of death,
Right.
unknown.
Mm-hmm.
And then next day when she watched a video on YouTube or whatever it was, she said, "Oh no, he's died from compression to the neck." Well, there was no compression to the neck.
No.
Look at the elbow. I held Sheila in that hold all night last night. I didn't let her out till this morning, and she's still with.
I'm still kicking.
Yeah. Um, it's a no-brainer. I think with 3 days like this and it's still going, them asking questions, if somebody's holding out, they may be
Yeah.
11-4 not guilty.
Yeah.
And that one person that's holding out may be a person actually wanting guilty.
Mm-hmm.
We've thought from the beginning, we could be wrong. It may come back tomorrow a different way. I think it's going to be a hung jury.
Well, the one gentleman that changed his story said he did it because he was afraid that his family was going to get hurt.
He said that, but they
Mm-hmm.
also, three witnesses there, three of the witnesses that changed their story was convicted felons, belonged to some type of, I don't want to say racist, but belonged to groups.
Mm.
And if it was the other way around, they would have made a big deal out of it. But for some reason, nothing ever gets made a big deal when it's that way. But three of the witnesses, even the one that was holding his arms, if you'll watch the video, you'll see him take his arm and bend it over backwards.
Yeah, he was.
When you take a joint, that's jujitsu or karate, martial arts, whatever you want to refer to it, any type of martial arts. You take a arm or a leg, a finger, anything, and bend it in the opposite direction that it's supposed to go in,
Mm-hmm.
causes severe pain. It can also break that.
Yeah.
And this gentleman, the guy on top has got his arm bent plumb backwards, putting it in a bind. He's causing more pain, more harm to Jordan Neely than
Mr. Penny.
Penny could ever do. Penny's just got him in the hold there, holding him in a restraint till the police
Mm-hmm.
come.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna drag it out, guys. It's looks in our opinion, hard to tell.
Exactly.
It's still early, but
Exactly.
I think it's
But
gonna be a hung jury.
he did have a heartbeat when the police and the EMT arrived.
Even the MT, they said 20 minutes later when they got there, he was still
Yeah.
had a heartbeat.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a long time to blame it on Neely's so-called chokehold. Where they messed up in this case at is anybody that's ever referred to this as a chokehold. This is not a
Mm-hmm.
chokehold. If you can't look at that elbow and tell that that elbow is in front of his trachea,
Yeah.
that's not a chokehold. That's a restraint hold.
Yep. Yep.
And it's anything but a choke.
What do y'all think? Do y'all think it's going to be a hung jury, or do you think he's going to be found guilty?
I hope he is,
Or
Dan. I
do you
hope
think he is going to be released?
he's found not guilty. That's what
Me
we're
too,
hoping for
yeah.
and praying.
Yeah.
Prayers. You know, the sad thing is, saw him come out of the courthouse a while ago, and people out there, people, I don't know if they got jobs. I don't know how people can do all this all the time, but it's a shame. We can't afford to go to New York. We ain't in shape to go to New York or anything else, but I wish those Marines or service veterans that's in New York would take a stand,
Somebody would
take a
help
stand
out.
and go up there and yell out innocent, not guilty. You know, they've got 12, 15 people there and they're making all kinds of noise.
Mm-hmm.
Said you can hear them upstairs in the courtroom, the jury can't. That's, man, I'll tell you what, that's a sad judicial system. If you can let juries be tainted and influenced and people outside yelling, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we're praying too that he's not guilty. Boys, it's only right. I don't care. I'd be sitting right here, Sheila and I would, if Penny was black
Mm-hmm.
and that was a white man that come on that subway acting like that, and Penny was black and got him in a restraint and had to hold him, and the same thing happened. I'd be right here, especially a veteran, and especially a Marine, and
Yeah.
especially with a man with a squeaky clean record, never been in trouble in his life, and we go for a manslaughter charge or a negligent homicide over politics when we don't prosecute people that shuts down. Go to YouTube. YouTube, man hits woman on
Oh,
subway,
yes.
or Google man hits woman, and look at, or men fight on subway. Look at all
Mm-hmm.
these, and look what's taking place on these subways.
This woman told this man to chill. And I mean, there were people all, it was packed. And he walked up to her and he would make two of her. And he walked up to her and he said, "Say it to my face, say it to my face." And she
She
said,
just told him to chill out.
"Chill."
He was jumping on some other people,
And man, he co-cocked her
and
and knocked the far out of
men
her.
standing there that no doubt could have taken him. They were afraid to.
Yeah.
They said they were
Nobody
afraid.
wants to do
They was going to go
anything.
to jail. They didn't care to get involved, and that's what you're going to have.
It's sad, boys.
That's what you're going to have, guys. Sheila, you're up. Thanks. We'll tune in tomorrow. Hopefully
Yeah.
there's a verdict tomorrow, or it's a hung jury. Even if it's a hung jury,
Uh-huh.
hopefully they won't retry it. But if they do, then they just do. Um, this sad case.
Yeah, it is a sad case. So we're praying for Mr. Penny and his family. Um, well, okay, I guess that'll do it.
Well,
Don't-
I don't know. You made a comment earlier, and I was thinking, I hope she says that when we go live,
Mhm.
and now I can't remember it. But it was something about. No, I guess that's it. I probably threw you off when I talk so much. Every time I come on here, I think, "Shut up, Fred. Let Sheila talk."
No, it's okay, guys.
Then
I don't mind.
Then I get on here, start rattling.
It's all good. No worries.
Talk to you tomorrow if there's a verdict. If there's
Yeah.
not a verdict, you won't hear from us. But
Yeah.
hopefully there'll be a verdict or some kind of decision tomorrow.
All righty. Guys, please stay warm. Thank you all for tuning in, the ones of you that did tonight. We appreciate each and every one of you all. God bless you, each and every one. We hope you have a good night, and hopefully we'll have some more information tomorrow. Bye.
Thank you, guys.